Have you ever wondered whether prayer truly changed your life or it is changing something deeper within you? Is prayer something external, something ritualistic, or it is something intimate, something alive? Today we're going to explore a question that has followed humanity for centuries. Does prayer change external situation, or does it transform the person who is praying? When we think about prayer, most people imagine something structured, words that have been repeated for generations, sacred texts, traditional expression. For some, prayer is something learned, something inherited, but there is another kind of prayer, a quiet one, a more personal one, not recited but felt, not repeated but spoken from within. A conversation, a connection. There is a difference between receiving a prayer and speaking directly with God. Receiving a prayer can be meaningful. It can bring structure, tradition, and identity, but sometimes it may feel distant, almost like repeating words that belong to someone else. On the other hand, when you speak to God directly from your heart, with spirit, with expectation, something changes. It's become real, it becomes yours, and at this moment, you aren't performing spirituality. You are living it. Many people associate prayer with a place, a temple, church, shrine, sacred space, quiet space, places where people go to find peace. And yes, those places matter. They help slow down. They help disconnect from noise. But let me ask you something. Is God only present in those places? Or can you find that same connection in nature, in silence, in your own breath? A temple is a place of devotion, but nature is also a temple. The wine, the trees, the sky. Sometimes the most profound spiritual moments do not happen inside walls, but outside, where there is no structure, no rule, no expectation, just presence, just you, and something greater than you. Now, we return to the central question. Does prayer change external situation? Some people believe it does. They believe prayer can influence events, change outcomes, bring miracle. Others believe something different. They believe prayer doesn't change the outside world, but change the person inside it. And maybe both are true. Because when you change, your perfection change, your decision change, your path change. And sometimes that is what truly transforms your life. Faith is not always about certainly. Sometimes it's about continuing even when nothing is clear. Inner strength does not mean having no fear. It means learning to move forward even with fear. And prayer can become a source of that strength. Not because it removes difficulties, but because it helps you face them differently. We live in a world full of noise, constant movement, constant information, constant distraction. Modern life makes it harder to pause, harder to listen, harder to feel, and yet, at the same time, more people than ever are searching for something deeper, something meaningful, something real. They are not necessarily going to temple, but they are still searching, still acting, still connecting in new ways. Sometimes the most powerful prayer has no word, just silence, just presence, just awareness. Because connection doesn't always come from speaking, sometimes it comes from listening. So, what is prayer? Is it ritual, a conversation, a connection, a refuge, or a mirror that shows you who you really are? Maybe prayer is not about changing the world, but about aligning yourself with something deeper, something true, something that has always been there, waiting for your listen. And now I leave you with one final question. When you pray, are you asking for something or are you listening for something? Is this reflection resonate with you? Take a moment today to pause, to breathe, to connect, not because you have to, but because something inside you is calling. Prayer is often understood as something external, war, ritual, structure, but what is prayer is not something we say. What is prayer is something we become. Sometimes we repeat words that we have learned, and that is okay, but sometimes those words do not come from us. They come from tradition, and that creates a question. It is enough to repeat a prayer, or do we need to feel it? There is another way, a quieter way, a more honest way, speaking to God. As if you were speaking to someone who truly listened. We have structure, we have fear, we have needing the right word. Just speaking, just being, and maybe that is where real prayer began. Let me ask you something. Do you think prayer changes external situation, or does it mainly change the person who is praying? Take a moment to think about it, because your answer says about how you understand life. Some people believe prayer can change everything outside, even situation, outcome. Others believe something different. They believe prayer changes something inside. Your perception, your strength, your clarity. And maybe prayer doesn't always change the situation, but it changes how you face it. Following your path is not easy. It takes courage, it takes clarity, and most of all, it takes commitment to yourself. Many people do not follow their paths because of fear or because of social pressure. That brings another question. Do people avoid their true path because of fear or because of what others expect from them? Fear doesn't always disappear, but some people learn to live with it. They move forward anyway, even when they're not sure, even when the result is uncertain. And that is something powerful, because life is not about certainty. It is about movement. And this led us to another question. Do you think destiny already exists? Or do you create our own destiny through our decision? Maybe destiny is not something fixed. Maybe it's something that evolves with every choice we make. Modern life is fast, noisy, full of responsibilities, and because of that, it's become harder to have a spiritual moment. We are surrounded by noise, by distraction, by constant movement, and that creates distance between us and ourselves. At the same time, more people are becoming interested in spirituality, but not always in the traditional way. They are not always going to temple. They are not always repeating prayers. They are searching in a different way, more personal, more direct, more real. So let me ask you something else. Do you think people need silence to feel close to God? Or can they feel that connection even in everyday life? Because maybe connection is not about the place, maybe it's about awareness. A temple is a sacred place, a shrine is a place of devotion, but nature can also be a temple. The wind, the sky, the silence, sometimes the deepest connection does not happen inside wall, but outside is simplicity. Faith is not always easy. Sometimes it is quiet, sometimes it is pressure, but it is there. And faith gives strength, not because it removes difficulties, but because it helps you continue. And maybe the most important thing is this: don't lose hope. So, what is prayer? Is it word? Is it silence? Is it a place? Or is it a state of being? Maybe prayer is something you do. Maybe it's something you live. And now, I leave you with one final question. When you pray, are you asking for something or are you listening for something? Take a moment today to pause, to breathe, to feel. Because maybe the answer you are looking for is already inside you. Sometimes the most important voice we hear is not outside, it's inside. A quiet voice, a subtle voice, a voice that doesn't force but guides. And the question is, do you listen to this voice or do you ignore it? Write in the comments. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of presence, full of awareness. In silence, we are not distracted. We are not escaping. We are simple being. And maybe that is why silence is such a powerful medium for connection. Praying can be seen as a medium, a bridge, a way to connect the visible with the invisible, but here is something important. Is prayer a way to act or a way to understand? What do you see? Many people pray when they want control, when they want something to change. But there is another kind of prayer, a deeper one, a prayer of surrender, not asking, but accepting, not controlling, but trusting. And this leads to another question. Do you pray to change things or to accept them? Real prayer is not perfect. It's not always calm. Sometimes it is confusion, pain, frustration. And that's okay, but authenticity is more powerful than perfection. We often think spirituality is something far away, but maybe it's closer than we think. Maybe it's in how you breathe, how you speak, how you treat others. That raises a question: can everyday life be for prayer? You don't need a temple to connect. You don't need a ritual to feel some real. That is okay, but you can connect to while walking, while sitting silent, while looking at the sky, because God is every place. Because connection is not about the place, it is about awareness. In modern life, faith has changed. People are not always following tradition, but they are still searching for meaning, searching for something that feels real. And maybe that's a good thing. Human beings need meanings. We need something that gives direction, something that gives purpose, and sometimes prayer becomes the space where we stop and remember who we are. Faith and love can exist together. We can believe and still question. You can trust and still feel uncertain. And that is part of being human. Let me ask you something deeper. When was the last time you felt a real connection? Not with the outside world, but with yourself. Take a moment. And if you want, write it is in the comments. Peace is not something we find outside. It is something we create inside. And prayer can be one of the ways to access it. Not always, but sometimes. And sometimes that is enough. I would like to leave you with a few questions. You can answer them in the comment. Do you prefer structured prayer or personal conversation with God? Do you feel more connected in a temple or in nature? Do you believe prayer changes reality or yourself? What will you recognize when you feel lost? And maybe spirituality is not something we need to find, maybe something we need to remember. Something that has always been there, quiet, patient, waiting, and maybe today is a good day to listen. There is a space within you, a quiet a space that is not affected by noise, by stress, or by the outside world. But the question is, do you all allow yourself to enter that space? And are you always distracted, always moving, always thinking about what's come next? Take a moment, just breathe, and ask yourself, when was the last time I truly feel present? We often try to control everything, situation, people, outcome, and sometimes we even try to control prayer. We want answer, we want solution, we want certainty. But what is prayer is not about control. What it is about letting go. Letting go is not easy. It requires trust. It requires humility. And sometimes it requires accepting that we do not have all the answers. So let me ask you, can you let go even when you don't understand what is happening? Truth is not something we can force. It runs slowly through experience, through reflection, through silence, and sometimes through pain. Because difficult moments often bring the deepest understanding. Suffering is part of life. No one can escape it. But there is something important. Suffering can break you and it can transform you. And prayer in those moments can become something different, not a request, but a refuge. In difficult moments, people don't always look for answer. Sometimes they just want peace, a moment of call, a moment of connection, and prayer can offer that. A space where you don't need to explain anything, where you can just be. We are used to asking, but we are not used to listening. And maybe that is the case, because sometimes the answer is not something you hear, it's something you feel. I wanted to pause for a moment right now, just for a few seconds. Close your eyes if you want, take a deep breath, and ask yourself what I'm really searching for. Not what you think you should say, but what you truly feel. Being honest with yourself is not always easy because sometimes the truth is uncomfortable, but it is necessary because without honesty, there's no real connection. Each person has a different path, a different way to understand the life, a different way of connecting. And there is okay. There is no single way, there is no perfect way, there is only your way. Before you finish, before we finish, I want to leave you with a few questions. Take your time, reflect, and if you feel it, write your answer in the comment. Do you pray because you need something or because you want to connect? Do you feel closer to God in silence or through word? Do you follow tradition or your own inner voice? What gives you peace when everything feels uncertain? Maybe spirituality is not about finding something new, but about remembering something you already know, something that has always been there, inside you, quiet, waiting. So, next time you pray, don't worry about the word. Don't worry about doing it correctly. Just be present. Just be real, because maybe this is the more powerful prayer of all. Is this message resonate with you? Take a moment to reflect, and if you want, share your thought in the comment. I would really like to know what this prayer mean to you. There are many paths in life. Some are external, some are internal. The external path is what we see. Temple, ritual, tradition, and these things can be beautiful. They can give us structure, but there is another path, a quiet one, an inner path, a path that no one else can work for you. Going to a temple can be important. It can help you stop. It can help you reflect. It can help you feel something deeper. And if you feel called to go, then go. There is nothing wrong with that. There is beauty in devotion, there is beauty in tradition, but there is something even more important, something essential, and that is your connection with yourself. Because you can be in a temple and feel nothing, and you can be alone in silence and feel everything. The real connection doesn't depend on a place, it doesn't depend on word, it doesn't depend on ritual, it depends on your presence, or your awareness, or your honesty. Prayer is not about saying the right word, it is about feeling something real, it's about opening yourself, it is about allowing yourself to be seen without masks, and maybe that is what true prayer is. So, if you feel lost, if you feel disconnected, if you feel that something is missing, don't look only outside, look inside, because sometimes what you're searching for is really there. Right, Nike? Right now, take a moment, pause, breathe slowly, and ask yourself, I'm truly connected with myself, knowing what I should be, knowing what others expect, my with who I really am. Connection requires honesty, and honesty requires courage, because sometimes we don't want to see what is inside, but there is transformation began. You don't need to follow someone else's path. You don't need to imitate. You don't need to force anything. Your path is your and your connection is your Before we finish, I want to invite you to reflect, not quickly, not superficially, but deeply. What's this prayer really mean to you? Do you feel more connected in the temple or in silence? Do you speak to God or do you listen? Are you following tradition or your own truth? If you feel it, write your thought in the comment because your reflection can help someone else. Spirituality is not something far away, it's not something complicated, it's something simple, something quiet, something real, and it's always available to you. So, wherever you are, in a temple, in nature, or alone in your room, remember this. You don't need a perfect place. You don't need perfect world. You just need to be present. You just need to be real because the most important connection is the one you have with yourself. And with that presence that has always been with you. And maybe that is where everything began. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking this moment to listen, to reflect, and to connect. If this message resonates with you, take it with you, reflect on it, and if you feel it, share your thought in the comment. I would truly like to read you. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. Real with yourself. Real with what you feel. Real with what you're going through. Because when you're real, there is no distance, there is no confusion, there is only presence. And maybe that is what we're all looking for. No answer, no perfection, but presence, connection, truth. So wherever you are right now, take a moment, breathe, and remember, you are already closer than you think. And if something in this message stayed with you, keep it, reflect on it, let it run with you, because sometimes one simple moment of awareness can open a new path. I wanted to leave you with one last reflection. Not something complicated, not something difficult, just something honest. In a world that is always moving, always demanding, always asking you to be something, some more, some different, what is, just for a moment, you allow yourself to simply be, no better, no stronger, no more spiritual, just present. Because maybe the connection you are looking for is not something you have to boil. Maybe it's something you have to allow. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to pause, allow yourself to be exactly where you are. We have judgment, we have pressure. And in that space, something shades. Not outside, but inside. At some time, that inner shift is more powerful than any external change. So don't rush, don't force, don't try to make it perfect. Just take one step, one moment, one breath, and trust that it is enough. Thank you for being here, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching, my friend. I watch you in the next video. God and the Holy Spirit bless you always. Thanks to the angel and of course to Mary, my mother and Mother us. And remember to be grateful when you pray the rosary. Bye bye, my friend. I see you in the next video, in the next time. God bless you.